Last week was absolutely incredible, and I just want to share what I experienced. I went to the bVital clinic, and I shared on the last couple of videos this book. If you have not bought this book, it's on Amazon, Defying Parkinson's by Dr. Greg Eckel. And some birds are having a good time. Anyway, it's a three-part. Well, I want to actually back up and just say what happened. So about a year ago, I started questioning, like, why did I get this diagnosis and how can I heal? Like, I just can't accept the fact that this would be the rest of my life. And so as I'm searching, you know how the algorithms pull up like what you're talking about and what you're searching. So this video pops up, and this is like a year ago, of this doctor, no information, no contact info, no name of the clinic or anything. And he's talking about how in his clinic, he has helped people make massive improvements that have been diagnosed with Parkinson's and even make full recoveries. And I went, mental note, I was like, okay, I like this guy. This resonates with me. I love this. Who is he? And so on this post, I was trying to figure out who he was. And I even commented, like, where is this clinic? Who is this doctor? And there was no response. Well, so in the course of me searching all these different modalities like methylene blue and melatonin and nicotine, which, by the way, those are all still working for me. I still chew nicotine gum, if anyone's wondering. It's amazing. I came across, because I also was looking into cerebrolysin IV, which I was able to get a source for that. Then I couldn't get it anymore because of regulations and things like that. Anyway, I went to a clinic in Salt Lake, and the doctor there, I was getting the cerebrolysin. She said, we have just a limited stock. And I'm like, I'll take it. So this is months ago. And so while I was talking to her, she said, you know, the clinic you need to go to is called bVital in Park City, and they specialize with Parkinson's. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I'm totally there. So I look it up, and it's raining ashes right now because we have massive fires in Utah. So it's not snow. If you see little white flecks, it's ash. Anyway, so I go to the clinic, I find out about bVital, I get on the phone, Google, and I talk to the office manager. I believe that's what her title is. Her name is Shiloh. She's amazing. And I talked to her for like an hour. This is like months ago. And I decide I'm going to go for it. So it's a three-part series. So it's first Detect. I love it because it's like medically based, but it's also frequency based. It's also like cutting edge modalities that can help people heal. And there have been massive improvements that people have had, including full recoveries. This is not just woo-woo. This is not just a scam. Like, this is legit. And so I do the Detect phase, find out where I'm lacking in my gut health, different things like that. I won't get into all that right now, but that's the first part, is Detect. The second part is Correct, which is called Brain Camp. So anyway, months ago, it occurred to me, I thought, wait a second. There was that video of that doctor that I saw. I think that's Dr. Eckel. And then a short time later, that same video that I saw like a year before popped up, and I went, it is, that's the guy. So manifesting really is a thing. When you have an intention, you literally magnetize things to your life, and it is legit. So it is a real thing. And I was able to, and I'm so grateful, I was able to attend the Brain Camp last week, which is, I totally recommend it if you are dealing with this diagnosis or you have someone that you know, love, is dealing with it. The Brain Camp was absolutely amazing. So again, I'm going to show you, I don't make money from this. This is just informational purposes only. But I would get this book, Defying Parkinson's, and then on the back you can see there's Detect, Correct, and Thrive. And so the Detect is when you go through all the different testing, which takes about 6 to 8 weeks or so to get your results back. The Correct is the Brain Camp. So I did the Brain Camp last week, and everything leads up to what are called the VSEL treatment, which is your own stem cells, your own baby untouched stem cells that are actually taken from your blood. So it's not mesenchymal or, you know, embryonic or not embryonic, but cord blood. It's actually your own embryonic, basically baby stem cells that they're able to pull out of your blood. And then they actually lean you back in a chair pretty far back where you almost feel like you're upside down, and they put them in your nose just a little bit. This is after they spin them. And then after that, they stay for about 20 minutes. They cross the blood-brain barrier. The remaining amount, it is really smoky out here. I feel like I can't breathe very good. The remaining amount is put into an IV. then you get that treatment twice. So everything that leads up to, the treatments that you're receiving the week of the brain camp lead up to this eventual VSEL treatment. So the treatments that I received were amazing. And I'm happy to say, because you're probably wondering, well, what can you tell? What's the difference? The VSELs continue to work for about 9 months. So I'm not cured, I'm not completely healed right now, but I have noticed some differences. So for example, after the first VSEL treatment, the next day I was taking a shower and I smelled my bath towel and I was like, oh my gosh, I can smell the bath soap. I can smell the laundry soap. And I could smell certain smells that I haven't been able to smell for a long time. Now, nicotine has helped me a lot smell cow poop, which I've talked about that before. Since 2020, when I got the I don't know if I can say it, the COVID, I think I can, I haven't been able to smell, even dog poop, which we have dogs, which is really weird. So when I started chewing nicotine gum, I actually got my sense of smell back to smell those aromas, but I haven't been able to smell certain, it sounds weird, but like people's breath. I know you may not want to smell someone's breath, but when you can't smell, it's one of your 5 senses, and it kind of makes you feel cut off from the world a little bit. So I was able to get a lot more of my smell back, my sense of smell, which made me really, really happy after the first VSEL treatment. So I did a red light belt a couple times, or not belt, a red light bed. I did the hyperbaric oxygen chamber a couple times, and then there's also this laser helmet that I had on, and I'm going to include pictures in this video so you can see, to prepare my body. There's all sorts of testing that I underwent, which I'll get the results back in a month. But I'm really, really cannot recommend it enough. If you're able to do it, I cannot recommend it enough. I heard wonderful stories of people that have made full recoveries. 95% of the people that go through the brain camp experience a 35% improvement of their symptoms minimum. And there are people that have made a full recovery. So I'm super excited. The treatment was amazing. Oh, I also received acupuncture as well. But I will be documenting, obviously, my journey over the next months. I can't recommend it enough, though. I wasn't necessarily looking for new friends, because I don't know, I have friends, but in the Parkinson's community, when you understand what it's like to live with this day in and day out, it really bonds you to people. And there was a gentleman in there that went through, there were about 10 of us that went through it, or 8 of us or so. But there was a gentleman in there that we were in kind of the patient waiting room, which is very comfortable. And he looked at me and he said, I don't belong here. And I said, I don't either. I know, I get it. I don't belong here either, but we won't be dealing with this forever. We're going to make massive strides and massive improvements. So I just got done with the gym. The next 2 weeks, I'm supposed to kind of take it easy, not do anything super strenuous. So I've just been walking, but I can tell a big difference after the brain camp, and I cannot recommend it enough. So anyway, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Let me know what your questions are. And again, get this book on Amazon, Defying Parkinson's. It's wonderful. Dr. Greg Eckel is legit, and this is a mission-driven thing, as he lost his wife years ago to a brain disease. And so this is mission-driven. At the very end, we had what was called a gong ceremony, where we were able to bang a gong and say what our intentions were. And I love the fact that it combines the best of the medical, also combined with intention, mindset, and frequency healing, because frequency healing is a real thing. So there were sound bowls that were played during the VSEL treatment that it was very emotional. And this is a little bit personal, but I'll just share this with you. So I did a lot of inner healing during the week, and partly because I envisioned, these are my baby stem cells that are untouched. And so I really connected with my inner child, and a lot of forgiveness, a lot of love, as if I would talk to my wounded inner child self. The things that happened to me as a kid, I won't go into all that, but I had a good childhood, but there were things that imprinted on me with the strict religion and different things like that really went into my adulthood that I'm healing from. So I cannot recommend it enough. Highly recommend connecting with Dr. Greg Eckel and the brain camp and bVital. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible and very beneficial. I look forward to the months ahead as I continue to make improvements. And then there's also follow-up visits and follow-up labs as well that I'll be receiving. So anyway, blessings, everybody. Your diagnosis is not your prognosis. Stay positive. Never give up. Movement is medicine. Take care. We'll see you all later. Bye.